Do you know how to write persuasive essays? You may have heard of argumentative essays. An argumentative essay is designed to involve research and evidence, and then the presentation of that research and evidence. It often has two or more points of view. A persuasive essay, on the other hand, is designed to involve arguments toward a single subject and viewpoint, with the goal of persuading the reader to agree with that one point, using more personal, passionate, or emotional tones. When writing a persuasive essay, you first need to pick a topic. You also need to know your audience. What do they already know, and what do they possibly not know? Then you need to research both sides of your topic. You will need to decide your thesis statement and make an outline. Next, you will write your introduction paragraph, followed by your body paragraphs and your conclusion paragraph. And after you've written your essay, you will need to proofread it. The topic must be something that people could disagree about. For example, the internet has changed the world. No one would argue that or disagree with that topic. The internet has made life simpler. There may be some people who have a different opinion about whether the internet has made life simpler. This would make a good persuasive essay topic. Remember, you need to focus on just one side of the argument in a persuasive essay. So, what kind of questions or topics use a persuasive essay format? Here are a few that you could write a persuasive essay about. Should students be allowed to have phones at school? What is the best dessert? Is eating meat a good idea? Are comedies better than action movies? I think you can see that some people would have different opinions about the answer to these questions. Should wealthy people pay more taxes? Should we give money to homeless people? Should people be allowed to keep exotic animals as pets? All of these are examples of the type of topics that are written using the persuasive essay format. So to write a persuasive essay, you will need to choose a subject or a topic. You will need to choose a side and a stance or an opinion about that subject or topic. You need to answer this question: why is your side more correct than the opposing stance or opinion? You will need to research to get information to help answer your question. You do this to be able to understand your point of view as well as the opposing point of view. You should look at arguments others have about your side. What do other people say that agree with your opinion about the topic? As well as look at arguments of the opposing side. Why do they believe or think the way they do? You will want to counter your opponent's points in your essay and show how their ideas are incorrect. After researching both sides, you're ready to write your essay. The first thing you will need to do is to write your introduction paragraph. Be sure to write a clear thesis statement that shows exactly what your opinion about the topic is. Include the following things: what your essay is about, why you're writing the essay, and your position on the subject. Let's take our last example question and try writing a persuasive essay. Should people be allowed to keep exotic animals as pets? Let's say that you believe it is not a good idea to keep exotic animals as pets, and you want to write a persuasive essay to convince your readers of your viewpoint. After doing some research, you may have found these 3 websites that have information about keeping exotic animals as pets. 2 of them are about why you should not keep exotic animals as pets. One of them is why you should choose an exotic animal as a pet. This will give you information about both sides of this topic. Looking at these websites about why you should not own an exotic pet, you will have found these basic reasons why keeping an exotic pet is not a good idea. The second website has similar information about this topic. Both of these points in each of the websites explain that exotic animals do not do well living with people in their homes. This second point shows that taking these animals out of the wild can also endanger the species. And both of the websites show that these animals can bring sickness into the home. On the website that talks about why you should own an exotic pet, you would find these reasons for keeping this type of animal. Knowing what the people believe or think about your topic on the other side of the argument will help you to know how you can counter those ideas in your own essay and show why you think they are not good reasons for keeping an exotic animal as a pet. You will need to write your thesis statement showing clearly your opinion about this topic. You could write something like this. The new trend of keeping exotic animals as pets has several demerits in that many of these animals suffer in captivity. It can endanger the species in the wild, and they can also carry diseases that are harmful to humans, making this an undesirable choice for a pet. In body paragraph 1, you will talk about how exotic pets often suffer in captivity. In body paragraph 2, you will talk about the fact that the species in the wild can be endangered. In body paragraph 3, you will talk about the fact that exotic animals can carry diseases. These are your main ideas to prove that keeping an exotic animal as a pet is not a good idea. In your conclusion paragraph, you will want to summarize why you believe people should not own exotic pets. This is what your essay might look like. Your introduction paragraph would finish with your thesis statement. Your first paragraph would talk about the animals suffering in their new environments. Your second paragraph would talk about these animals being endangered. Your third paragraph would talk about diseases. And then your conclusion paragraph would show why you believe these animals do not make good pets. You will need to add your evidence in each of the body paragraphs and give clear reasons for why you believe the way you do. You can see some of the words used in the paragraphs are words that would cause emotional reaction among your readers. Words like suffer, endangered, diseases. You want your readers to feel strong emotions about why they really shouldn't keep these animals as pets. Here are a few persuasive techniques that you can use in writing your persuasive essays. Repetition. Make the idea clearer by repeating words or ideas throughout your essay. Storytelling or personal anecdotes are another good way to try to convince your reader of your point of view. You want to appeal to reason, so use facts, statistics, and logic to convince your reader. You may also want to add a call to action, asking for the reader to react to your essay. One more thing that you can do is to use a rhetorical question. This is used to express the obvious, not because you want them to actually answer the question, but you want them to think about your point of view. All of these are techniques you can use in writing your persuasive essay. Here are a few more tips when writing a persuasive essay. Present your ideas and arguments clearly. Present strong evidence to support your arguments. Begin a new paragraph each time you begin a new element into your argument. Use strong emotional language to convince the reader. And use counter-arguments to justify your position. I hope these ideas give you a better understanding of how to write a persuasive essay. I have videos about other types of essays that you also might find helpful. If you need help writing good sentences, paragraphs, or essays, these workbooks can be purchased from the link in the description below. Happy writing!